So hello everyone, I hope you are doing well. So this video for those people who are going to prepare to upcoming educational exam. So today I'm going to provide you with assessment and its two types, the summative and formative assessment. So generally I'm going to give a definition of assessment. So assessment is the process whereby teachers gather information about students' performance or ability. So this is assessment in general. So just the teacher gather information or the data about students. Why? We gather this, for example, the data so that the teacher we can decide to adjust or change their teaching methods or strategies. Okay, I will provide you with an example, clear example, so that you can understand the assessment. For example, a teacher administers an exam, okay, to an average class, and then he notices after correcting their tests, okay, their test, that most of the students scored bad marks. So in this case, this evidence will incite the teacher to reconsider his teaching methods and maybe improve or change them so as to meet the needs of or the requirement of the student. So the problem may be here we can, for example, rely it on the teacher. Here the teacher should, for example, re-exchange or change or adapt his teaching methods, okay, because the students are not familiar with this kind of strategy the teacher uses. So he is going to change, okay. So this is concerning the assessment, okay. And within the assessment we have two types of assessment. We have the first one is summative assessment, is often aimed at making judgment. The summative assessment is about making judgment about the performances, okay, of students. By what? By assigning grades to them, okay. It occurs periodically, either at the end of year, for example, semester, or two or more units. It depends, okay? Okay, representative of summative assessment is directed towards the final product rather than the process. Here, they are seeking for the final product. Okay, they are going to make the judgment about, for example, that students. Okay, you are going to give a mark, you are assigning the test so that you are going to, for example, make the differences between, for example, the student 1, student 2, 3, okay? For example, one student can score, for example, 20, and the other one is going to score 19, and it goes like this, okay? This is about summative assessment. It's all about giving grades, okay? Here I'm not going to, for example, to change because you have already changed the way of teaching. And from this result also you can, for example, change after. You can adapt your material, your teaching materials or techniques, etc. And for the type number 2 is formative assessment, okay. This formative assessment focuses on or stresses the process, okay. Here the teacher does not allot grades every time, okay. To ask, for example, he asks student, for example, to practice a structure or answer comprehension, for example, questions, okay, or exercises, or etc. For example, okay. Here, I can give an example here. The formative assessment does not assign grades, to students, but to receive data from the students, which can help the teacher adapt his methods to meet students' needs. So here you give, for example, a task to your student, for example, okay? And while you give them instruction to the task, then while finishing that task, students performing that task, okay? While performing, the teacher receive the data from the students. Okay, from the data, the teacher, for example, can adapt his methods or teaching materials. From the data he receives, he will know that his teaching materials or his teaching methods works or doesn't work with the students. If they work, it's fine. He's going to follow, to go like this, to go like this, using those methods that he uses. Okay, but if not, for example, if they see that the students didn't, for example, perform well, in this case he is going, for example, to reformulate, to change the way of teaching. Thank you.